So I want y'all to understand that this is a character, okay? This is nothing but a character. And I want y'all to understand, if you're new to my page, I don't care about these characters. I don't give a fuck about them. I don't, okay? So private messages, and comments, I'm not going to delete comments. Your comments are always welcome, negative or positive. I stand on business, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't going to delete nothing. But I'm just telling you, I don't care about them. So when you say, oh, they got moms, they got parents, they got family, they got kids, bro, they don't have shit. Okay, you know what I mean? These are people that are out for us. You know what I'm saying? They are out for us. These are made up characters. And it's a lot of people who watch my channel. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody. You know what I mean? To come across watching, gave it opportunity. Shout out to everybody. There's a lot of people who watch my channel. You know what I'm saying? And in the back of their mind, they hope that the shit is fake. They hope that anything that I'm saying don't have no truth to it. Because if one thing out of, it's safe to say 1,000 videos I probably done put out. You know what I'm saying? If one video is correct, your whole life changes. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no way in the world that anything in the video should be real if they're telling the truth, when everybody knows that they're lying, okay? And they keep doing it continuously over and over again. They're getting kicks out of it. Cenat will die this year, okay? Greg Popovich will die this year. If I'm right about those, y'all, that's the evidence they leaving behind, okay? So, Marlon already said it. Marlon Wayans already said it when Marlon Wayans was on Kai's stream. Kai did die in Scary Movie 6. It was funny. Keep in mind, this is Scary Movie 6, right? They didn't just stop at 3, 4, and 5. You know what I mean? They had to go make a 6th one, right? You see what I'm saying? But and I'm just saying because they love using that number. They love using 6, right? They love doing that, right? So y'all already know that Kai had an event, at Streamer University in Atlanta. Okay, shout out to everybody in Atlanta, right? And I had somebody DM me a few days prior when AB got on there. Was like, yo, man, we want to, what's going on? How you been? I want you to know that, hey, if something happened, I'm going to let you know right now because I'm headed to Kai University because we're getting paid to be extras. And I said, okay, cool, that's what's up. Get your money, right? But then I started noticing, like, wait a minute. Like, I started asking questions like, so, do you know if you will be doing like a movie, a skit? We're just like, no, we just pretty much gonna be there like for an extra, for like the crowd and stuff like that. So I guess you could say a skit, but to be honest with you, don't know, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. So I came up with the conclusion that they are paying people to go there to make it seem like a bigger crowd than it's not. And also there was a rumor, whether it's true or not, because a lot of this stuff is fake, that there were people who literally died, passed away. Now, if we're being honest, a crowd that big, someone is probably going to get suffocated. There's definitely going to be injuries. And he did the same thing when he protests, when it was riots in New York. Keep this in mind, y'all, okay? Now, this is not a real person. I want y'all to understand that. This is a character they made. They created this character to help push out agendas, okay? So whenever they want you to be afraid, whenever they want you to not think, to use your mind, they keep you in a circle. They keep you in a box, okay? So you can't think outside the box, never, And so they do that, and they use it for every genre. They got someone in our community, people, you know what I'm saying? So they can push out false narratives, you know what I mean, to keep us not going to the right path, right? And again, y'all, the truth is always in plain sight. You don't have to search too hard for the truth, y'all. You don't have to search too hard for the truth. Okay, it's always in plain sight. It's like, imagine you losing your keys, right? You go home, set your keys down on your bed. You look in the drawer, you check the kids, you walk around the house, right? And then you finally like, you know what? I'm gonna give myself a breather. I'm tired. You sit on the bed, you hear some keys, you realize your keys is right on the bed. It's just blending in with your covers, right? I want y'all to look at it like that's what they do with the truth. That's exactly what they do with the truth, right? So if you looking at, oh, Kai Cenat want to rebrand and all this other stuff, right? This is all fake, y'all. If there was actually teenagers, young men and women that was 23, 24 years old around this character age, if they was making all that money, y'all, trust and believe they would not be stopped screaming when they just constantly get money. They go focus on some clothing. You know what I'm saying? Some piece of shit clothing. Anyways, y'all, I looked up Cenat, what it means, and apologize to y'all if y'all don't know who he is and I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but I don't give a fuck about these people. But anyways, Cenat, his last name means medical/government, right? So again, government. When I think about government, a plant, someone is placed here to keep us doing the wrong things. There was also a video of him floating around of him eating the viral Kool-Aid, pineapple spears. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all already know his clothing is all evil. Okay? Y'all already know that. Like, you got to ask yourself, like, right, you 23, 24 years old, a young man, right, and allegedly a young man, and out of all the titles to come up with, you know what I'm saying, this is what you come up with, Vivid? This is what you come up with. You know what I'm saying? This is what you come up with. And again, y'all, I know that it hurt, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that hope that this is fake. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to be entertained. They want to think it's a real life, that people can actually make it. You know what I'm saying? People can actually make it in real life, and you know what I'm saying?
Never rush to sue the other driver after a car accident. There may be a much smarter way to get paid a much...
And you could, Joe. I want y'all to understand you can. You just can't make it in the industry. You can't perform on a stage. I want y'all to understand that. Like, they're chosen. You're not. No matter how hard you work, no matter how much you read, you're never going to be a billionaire. It's never going to happen. Okay? You can sit here, you can argue me down, respect, we can debate. It's never going to happen. It's all fake. Okay? The ideal of it is what keep people striving. The ideal of it is what keep everybody working 9 to 5. Everybody keep doing it, because you always stuck in a box. You have to serve to the masses, and that's what they do. They put you where you have to work, where you got to do a 9 to 5. You got to pay bills, and you got to do this, and so you can chase that millionaire dream, that goal. But you have to start somewhere, and then when you start investing your money into crypto and all of that, it's a game of give and take constantly. You're not really making good money off that, and they use these influencers to keep your money pushing towards their way. So it's basically like you're working for nothing. Okay, I want y'all to think about that. You got one life to live, and you better live that motherfucker till you can't. You know what I'm saying? So do not pay attention to these characters. Do not idolize them, and they don't give a fuck about y'all. If you were standing next to Kai right now, he wouldn't even acknowledge you. Wouldn't take a picture with you. Wouldn't pay a fucking phone bill. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to understand that. Okay, these is made up characters, okay? And I told y'all, if I didn't tell y'all, I know a lot of people made videos and said that Kai is P. Diddy. And shout out to everybody with their opinion. That's their opinion, and I respect their opinion. And I'm not going against nobody's opinion. My opinion is, I don't think he is P. Diddy. To me, it's just too obvious. You know what I'm saying? I really do think he's Kevin Hart, and I think that Diddy's son play a role, also helped play the role, because when you look at Kai in the streaming university, when AB was there, he seemed visually taller than Adrian Bronner. Somebody correct me. On paper, I think they got Adrian Bronner height as like 5'8". So that means Kai would have to be 5'10", 5'11" on the stream when he's reporting 5'3" or 5'4". So that would make sense, you know what I'm saying? And again, we know they changed their height and all of that. They never put their real height. I'm just going off the visual perspective. Okay, we know cameras, angles, and stuff to do that, right? But I'm just going off the visual perspective. I feel like it's so obvious. And every time that we see them together on stream, Kevin Hart, all they did was do that. So when I make a video, anybody make a video, they can debunk it and be like, you know what, they were together streaming, bro. That can't be him. You got it wrong, this and that. Like, all of that shit's fake, man. All of that's fake. There's a lot of doubles. There's a lot of CGI. There's a lot of AI. But your boy Kai Cenat is not a real person, y'all. He's not.